We were informed by the ship this morning in our time about 7 o'clock in the morning that the vessel had an explosion followed by a fire. Then that happened at the moment the vessel was picking up her pilot to go connect to a single point mooring buoy to load an additional cargo. She was partly laden with a cargo coming from Raes in Saudi Arabia. Then later we hear that there were 12 crew members which were in fact on the forecastle standing by to connect the ship to that buoy may have jumped overboard because they were cut off the castle of the ship. They couldn't go back, and since there were tugboats present, they jumped overboard and were picked up by these tugboats. Then later we got the captain on the telephone telling that he was trying to get the fire under control, but he failed to do so since his crew was hugely reduced, nearly by 50%. And by 12 o'clock their time, he had to abandon the ship and was in fact went ashore. Then later we hear that in fact one crew member is missing. Now, the only thing we really know what may have caused the incident is one of the junior officers saw a boat, small craft, approach our ship with relatively high speed. He thought it may have collided with our ship, but since our Limburg is a big ship, we didn't feel it. They didn't feel anything, but shortly afterwards there was an explosion. That is everybody's concern that she will sing, but I don't think she will sing. Let's put it that way, that as far as we are concerned, it's a double-hull ship. So she's absolutely protected against collisions, certainly with small craft. There is no electrical wiring in the ship. Since she's in that tank, which assumedly exploded, so we see no reason why an explosion would occur in that tank. So the only thing we can think about is a similarity with the American warship Cole. But obviously that will be very obvious when the fire is out, when the smoke has disappeared. It will be very obvious if it's an inside explosion or an outside explosion, but we do not see any reason why there could be an inside explosion with a new ship. No, but it's a small tank, in fact, which has been hit. Mm-hmm. So since
Bon, quand vous voudrez. Here, in this case, we have not enough elements which allows us to formulate a commentary or an hypothesis which would point towards a terrorist attack. Really, in these circumstances, it's a serious issue, a serious matter, and we have to wait the first concrete results of the police researches.
Can you at least...
We have contact at the highest level on that, and we are working in close cooperation with the Yemeni authorities, and if necessary, I think this will not be a problem. But today, our concern of today was to help the crew, and our first and immediate, more immediate concern is to control the fire. And obviously, we know that this can happen again.
Let's move. Somebody's coming.